What's up guys, Charles from treetanks-dev. Welcome to a new video, and today's video will be on the fastest aperture micro four thirds lens with autofocus, which is the Panasonic Leica DG Noctricron 42.5mm F1.2 lens. Full frame equivalent will be 85mm F2.4. So F2.4 on a full frame is really wide, extremely wide. So we're going to test out this lens, starting off with autofocus. This lens comes up to about 1,300 to 1,400 US. I've been using it for day shots and night shots as well. And so far it's been pretty good. Very nice, clear. Even at night it is a really nice pictures, nice lighting and all that. Although it is a micro four thirds sensor, you can't expect much, but at least the pictures come out clear. So you can do post editing when you shoot in RAW, so that actually comes up really nice. As long as the pictures are clear, handheld, because I did do the review on a medium format camera, the Fujifilm GFX 50R, and although having a medium format sensor photographs, you need to use a tripod in low light or at night. But for this handheld, you can actually get really nice clean shots. So that's a big difference. So testing on the autofocus, because I was using it for a few days for video as well. This is the Panasonic G9 with the new autofocus system with the new firmware update. But to me, it did seem a bit slow for the autofocus. This is a Panasonic Leica lens. So basically it's considered a native lens. So a native lens should work really well on this Panasonic G9. It seems to be a bit slow to me, but that's why I'm testing it out. I can't really see myself because this is at 42.5mm, extremely far away, but hopefully we can just get a quick view. I can see really nice bokeh. Let's see how much bokeh we can get. Is it crazier than the GFX medium format camera? Is it autofocusing? I think I'm in autofocus. Yep, just doing a quick test, about 10 more seconds. Let me walk forward. Am I in focus? Hopefully I am. Let's walk backwards. Really gonna go as far back as possible. Let me go behind this tree. Okay, so that was a test on the autofocus continuous on this Leica lens and the G9 body. So right now we're gonna take a look at some photographs in the day and night photographs as well. And you tell me what you think. Alright, so let's take a look at why this lens costs 8,300 US. Firstly, it's not a new lens. This was launched back in January 2014. So it is a 6.5-year-old lens. And this is the only Panasonic Leica lens with that name, DG Noctricron. This is just to differentiate this lens as their fastest lens ever, apart from the rest of the lenses that they have, and F1.2. So this was specifically designed for low light shooting, and it has an all metal design. This is a rented piece. So you can see with that all metal design, looks pretty much like a Fujifilm lens if you ask me. You can see some discoloration after some wear and tear here and there. You can actually see paint coming off and revealing that silver surface below the paint. It has an AF MF switch and also power OIS, pretty cool. Aperture range is from 1.2 to all the way to 16. And every time you move that, you can hear the click. You not only hear the click, you can feel the click, which is really nice. And this manual focus is also pretty nice. Has a little bit of resistance, not too much, not too little. And as I was mentioning, this is a full metal design, but it's not weather sealed. So that's pretty strange for a $1,300 camera, not weather sealed. But the G9 is weather sealed. So on the front, you can see that it has a nano surface coating, which actually helps reduce lens flares and ghosting. And if you look, it has a rounded 9 blade diaphragm, which is really giving that super nice bokeh.
if you look at the videos and photographs. One of the best bokehs that I've seen, and this is a micro four thirds system giving a bokeh which is better than that medium format camera, which is like 10 times the size or something in terms of the sensor. And I do have another micro four thirds camera which I'm gonna throw. This is the EM1 for $300 to $400 micro four thirds camera, but not a lot of people know this. This is actually using a Sony CMOS sensor, and you know Sony's only make APS-Cs and full frame sensors, but this is the micro four thirds version. So they seem to have loaned their micro four thirds Sony CMOS sensor to E. So a lot of people don't know this. Having that Sony CMOS sensor when you're shooting at low light, it's gonna be really good. It looks strange, not much of a grip on this camera, but yeah, it looks pretty nice. We're gonna test out just 1 or 2 photographs in low light against the G9 just to show you how good this $300 camera, so small, look at that. $300 camera, micro four thirds, the capability of this when you're taking photos, and also show you some video as well against the G9. So let's go.
And the best part about this lens is it does have power OIS, optical image stabilization, and coupled with the G9's IBIS, this is going to look really good if you're shooting handheld or on a gimbal or something like that. So really nice. It's just that it's an 85, so you need to be quite a distance away from your subject, so you can't really do really vlogging style kind of cameras and videos and stuff, but it should look pretty good. So let's test it out right now, some shots. Alright, so let's talk about the overall performance of the lens and who this lens might be more suitable for. So overall, the picture qualities, video qualities, the autofocusing for at least the first 2.5 to 3 minutes were really sticky. Pictures were great, clear, even at night, low light conditions, really sharp, no blur, even shooting handheld. Video, you don't have to say, you could see for yourself how clear, how sharp the pictures were. Really good lens, and absolutely lives up to its name. So now we come to the overall build quality of the lens. Absolutely great as well. Nice weighted 425 grams, but no weather sealing for a $1,300 lens. That might be an issue for some of you. For me, just a personal preference, I wouldn't like to bring around a metal lens like that. The thought of dropping that lens on the floor would be absolutely catastrophic. I wouldn't mind dropping like a plasticky kind of lens. It wouldn't hurt as much, so that's just a personal preference. And lastly, who is this lens more suitable for? First of all, the portrait photographers and the portrait photographers who shoot in low light. But I don't know how many portrait photographers would actually use a micro four thirds system, especially a camera like the G9, which only has about 20 megapixels. Probably the portrait photographers would go more for full frame 45, 50 megapixels kind of cameras. But I guess there would be a small group of portrait photographers who like the micro four thirds system, of course. Secondly, if you like shooting movies in low lighting conditions, dark areas, this would be absolutely perfect. Really good low lighting, sharp videos, especially if the G9 you're shooting a hybrid log gamma would get you the absolutely best footage available. 10-bit 422 hybrid log gamma and this lens. The only issue is that you have to stand pretty far away. Probably if you're shooting movies, 85 millimeters would be a little bit too far to me. Probably like a 60 to 70 millimeters, or in terms of micro four thirds lenses would be a 35 millimeter or a 30 millimeter or a 25 millimeter would be an ideal focal length for shooting movies. But that's just my personal opinion. Again, if you like shooting movies at an 85 millimeters full frame equivalent focal length, which is pretty far, then all the more go for it. You will get that absolutely brilliant, I can't stress this anymore, that shallow depth of field is absolutely mind-blowing. The absolutely best bokeh seen on any camera so far. So would I buy this? For me, I do a lot of YouTube videos, I do a lot of close-up shots, I do shoot films as well, but not as much, and definitely not so far away from my subject. So I would still prefer to stick, like I said, to an ultra wide angle lens for my YouTube videos. And then if I'm shooting movies, a sweet spot for me would be probably a 24 millimeters or a 35 millimeters micro four thirds focal length, which is about 48 to 70. That would be a nice focal length for shooting movies to me. So hope you enjoyed this video, guys. Overall, I would not buy this camera for myself. I don't think I will use it that much. That will be the only reason. But you can leave your comments down below and tell me what you think. Who would this lens be more suitable for? So thanks guys for watching. Hit the subscribe button, the like button, and the notifications button, and I'll see you in the next one, guys. Peace.